Good morning, students. The topic that we are going to see today is the dividend decision. It is one of the most important decision that is to be taken by the financial manager of the company after considering both investing decision as well as the financing decision. First of all, what do you understand by dividend? Dividend is nothing but that part of profit which is distributed to the shareholders. So, the whatever profit is earned by the company in that particular year, out of that profit, certain percentage is fixed by the company which is declared or which is paid as dividend to the shareholder, which is also termed as dividend payout ratio. So here under the dividend decision, the main decision that is involved or that is to be considered or taken by the firm is that whatever profit is being earned after payment of tax, whatever profit is left, out of that profit, how much percentage is to be declared as dividend to the shareholder and how much is to be kept as retained earning within the firm. So this here this is one of the most important decision. Now what amount is to be distributed? That depends upon the preference of the shareholders and whatever investment opportunity is prevailing in the market within the firm. So optimal dividend decision is one where the shareholder wealth increases along with the increase in the value of shares of the company. Whenever any attractive investment opportunity is available before the firm, the shareholders has to be convinced to forego their share of dividend and reinvest in the firm for the better return. So whatever dividend policy is taken into consideration, here even the investing decision also plays a very important role. Overall, the main aspect of taking the dividend decision is that the shareholders' wealth should be increased. There are certain factors which affect the dividend decision or some of the factors are to be considered by the firm before designing any dividend policy. The very first factor is the amount of earning. Whatever dividend is declared to the shareholder, that is declared out of the earning either of the current year or the previous years. Whatever accumulated profits are being there by the firm, out of that the dividend are declared to the shareholder. So, the amount of earning is one of the most important factor that affects the dividend policy. Stability earning. Not only amount of earning is important, but the stability of earning is also very important. If the earning of the firm is very volatile, that it keeps on changing heavily, then more and more dividend cannot be declared to the shareholders. It has to retain some of the profit, but if the company is earning a stable return or stable earning all the years, then only a good dividend can be given to the shareholders. So stability of earning is also very important. Apart from the earning, stability of dividend also plays a very important role. Usually the management follows a very orthodox and conservative dividend policy. It means whenever the company is earning stable return, usually they go for stability of dividend also. That is, if any year a company has earned a huge amount of profit as compared to previous year, it doesn't indicate that it will change its dividend policy and declare more dividend. So usually यहाँ पे फर्म क्या करती है, जितना हो सके उतना स्टेबल डिविडेंड पॉलिसी फॉलो करने की कोशिश करती है. Whenever, even if in the years, whenever it is earning a very huge amount of profit as not expected. The next factor that affects the dividend policy is the growth opportunity. A firm always comes into existence with the ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज. वो हमेशा यही कोशिश करती है कि जब भी ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी उनके सामने आए, इट ट्राइज टू टेक द एडवांटेज ऑफ द ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी. Whenever any good growth opportunities are available, that means more and more amount of profit is to be retained in the business so that it can invest into the growth opportunity and earn huge profit. So whenever a firm is into a growth opportunity state, declaration of high dividend will become less possible for the firm. So the growth opportunity also plays a very important role. The next is cash flow position. Now, whenever a dividend is declared by the firm, it indicates the outflow of cash from the firm. So, even it may be possible that in a given year, a firm has earned a good amount of profit. But during that year, the firm may be facing shortage of cash. It may be due to the blockage of cash into inventories or blockage of cash into the receivable. So, in those times, even if the firm has earned good profit, but it is not having enough cash within the firm, it may not declare good dividend to the shareholders. So cash flow position also plays a very important role. Shareholders' preference. After all, whatever dividend is being given, it is given to the shareholders. So shareholders' preferences are also to be considered. There may be certain shareholders who are who are ready to forgo their part of share of dividend, whereas there may be certain shareholders who are dependent upon the regular income from the investment. So all the shareholders' preferences are to be taken into consideration while deciding or designing any dividend policy. Taxation policy. One of the important factors that has its effect on the dividend decision are the taxation policy. Now, the firm will have to take a decision whether the firm has to retain its earning or declare the dividend. If declaring more and more dividend leads to payment of more and more tax, then usually the shareholder themselves tells to not to declare more and more dividend in order to save themselves from the tax liability. So जब भी अगर फर्म को लगा कि बहुत ज्यादा टैक्स पे करने का आने वाला है डिविडेंड के ऊपर, they usually go for retain of earnings. Apart from that, stock market reaction. Investors usually what happens, they get a positive indication whenever there more and more amount of dividend is declared. वो ये सोचने लगते हैं कि अगर कंपनी ने ज्यादा डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर किया है, इसका मतलब ये कंपनी बहुत अच्छी खासी कमा रही है. तो व्हाट दिस इन्वेस्टर्स डू, they try to invest more and more into that company and the share price of that company increases. So declaring of higher dividend will give a good signal to the investors to invest into the company. At the same time, if the payment of dividend is less, the investors will also they will get a negative signal about the earnings of the company and they may not invest. So even how the investors react to the payment of dividend is also to be taken into consideration. Access to capital market. Usually some reputed companies and large companies, they have easy access to the capital market. They can easily get the money available from the capital market. So all those companies which are having a good access in the capital market, they may not depend upon the retained earning and they can declare more and more dividend. So how the company is having access to the capital market is also playing an important role. Legal constraints. There may be certain ceilings on the rate of dividend which are imposed by the government. In this case, the management is helpless. Or there may be certain provisions under the Companies Act which tells the company not to declare dividend above so and so percentage. तो उस केस में क्या होगा, कंपनी को जितना भी वो प्रोविजन है उसके तहत पे आते ही उनको डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा. So legal constraint also plays a very important role. And last but not least is the contractual constraints. Whenever any loans are being given to the company, either by the banks or any of the creditors, they may impose certain restrictions on the payment of dividends in future. So here the companies are required to ensure that whatever dividend they are declaring, it does not violate the terms of loan agreement in this regard. So these are the important topic as far as the financial functions are concerned, that is investing, financing and dividend decision. And whatever dividend decision or dividend policy is designed by the firm, it is decided taking into consideration the investment decision as well as the financing decision. Thank you.